And welcome back to Party Trick Astrology. I'm Nina.
I'm Shaina.
And this is Venus in Pisces.
Ooh, it's very like, I'm thinking like a mystical, like, you know, like the like stars.
For some reason, the Twilight Zone song.
That's one side of Venus and Pisces.
Can you just zoom in on my face and do that?
So this is our first video kicking off our sit-down Venus sign series, and in traditional Party Trick Astrology format, we are going sign 12 to sign 1. So Pisces is kicking it off.
Yes, so first let's talk about what are the qualities of Venus. Venus is, you know, the feminine symbol. So it is about all those traditionally feminine things, particularly love, but also art and creative expression in that way. Your Venus sign has a lot to do with how you behave in love and simultaneously what you are attracted to, because what you are attracted to is what you value in a relationship. And all of that is reflected in the qualities of your Venus sign.
So Venus is mostly, you think about like how you are in a relationship, like a boyfriend, girlfriend, or girlfriend, whatever the scenario is, you know. But it also can be how you are towards your friends, how you are towards groups of friends and groups of people and that kind of stuff. Just anyone you love and how you express love in general.
And the thing with Venus in Pisces is that traditionally it is considered exalted. But it is actually a common belief that there is no exalted Venus. Because like the culture of love changes.
Yeah. So Venus in Pisces, we like to say like it probably was a lot more exalted or better. I don't know, that's not the right word. Back in the day, you know. But now with how things have changed, it's a little bit harder to be a Venus in Pisces. And honestly, when I think of Venus in Pisces, I think it's a big double-edged sword, because I can see why it's seen as exalted and why it's a great placement. But it's ruled by Neptune. Neptune is a malefic planet, so it can kind of fuck shit up. Yeah.
It's a planet that rules delusion, so it's quite romantic, you know. You think Romeo and Juliet, like it's rose-tinted glasses. In that way, it's quite positive and really speaks to how love was back in the good old days. Another thing is that this is probably especially exalted in the time when husbands bought their wives. Yeah. Because you gotta put on those rose-colored glasses. I love you anyway.
Yeah, and I'll find a way to like look over your full flaws. I just love love. It's so romantic.
Or if I just can't do that, I'll pretend
I'll just
that I'm with someone else.
Yeah. So it definitely is, like we said, like kind of Romeo and Juliet syndrome of the forbidden love and just
you're perfect on first sight.
Yes, I will kill myself for you. I will give, because like Venus and Pisces, if they love you, they will give you their kidney. Like they will not hesitate. You know what I mean? Like
hashtag cut for Bieber.
What is that?
I thought of this recently. This was like a trend in like 2012 or something on Tumblr, where like Justin Bieber was going through a really hard time. So his fans would show their support by cutting.
That is a very Venus and Pisces thing to do. We should really quickly go over some basic facts about Pisces like we like to. So it's a mutable sign. It's represented by the fish.
It's ruled by Neptune. It's a water sign.
And it rules the feet. So
yes,
just some little quick facts.
And it rules the 12th house.
Yes. So if you have Venus in the 12th house, you'll probably relate to this a little bit, but there definitely are some differences.
Yes, what Venus in the houses to me speaks less to how you behave in love, really, unless it's maybe an angular house, but it has a lot to do with the effect that Venus is having on that house, because Venus is a very beautiful planet and really gifts whatever house it's in.
So you'll relate to it a little bit, but not too much, so don't take everything as Venus in Pisces is definitely, they're very, very romantic, very giving. They're definitely somebody who can give more than take in a relationship, you know what I mean? And they can get kind of taken advantage of a little bit if they go with the wrong person, because they'll kind of, the Venus and Pisces person will want to give all of themselves up to that person because they just love, like if they love a person, they love
deep.
they're the kind of person that's like, oh, like they'll just stare off into space at the person that they love and be like, this is what our children would look like.
Because it's an active imagination kind of sign, so you can really imagine the future. Really, truly, the best like expression of Venus in Pisces is Ed Sheeran's romantic music. Not his like Aries moon, like you were fucking him on the bathroom floor kind of like music, but his like you know, the romantic Ed Sheeran music, because he has Venus in Pisces. Now the thing about Venus is because it's one of the more faster moving planets, you might not know this, but to have a Venus in Pisces,
you have to have either an Aries, Taurus, Pisces, Capricorn, or Aquarius sun.
So it's in the sign of your sun, before, after, and then one more next to the one before and one more next to the one after.
Yeah, so 2 besides it, and then of course the sign it is. So if you have a Venus in Pisces, you have one of those 4 sun signs. And so each one kind of, you know, shows itself in a different way because it's a combination. But we're not going to get into it. We're going to talk about pure Venus in Pisces. So if you're like, I'm more impulsive than what you're saying, you're probably an Aries. You know what I mean?
But back to Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
So he has like his Aries music, Aries moon music, and he's an Aquarius, so he'll be like, I never loved you anyway. But the amazing thing is that while he has all that angry music of like, fuck this girl, I thought that you loved me, he'll always come back to that romantic music. Venus in Pisces really has that ability to like
take
bounce
over.
back.
Yeah,
like,
it's mutable. It's mutable. So it's like, oh, you broke my heart, I'm on to the next person I love because I love so quickly and so greatly, and oh, that's the person roasting the glass. Oh, I don't like you actually anymore. You did this. Okay.
But also, you can like reject a Venus in Pisces all you want. They, in their imagination,
no.
They maybe I'm just not rejecting people aggressively enough, but in their
it's true.
In their imagination, it's like, oh, they'll come around, or like, no, I'm a catch. Like, we had this experience. If they did this, this, and that, then you know it means they love me too.
Because it's roasting the glasses. The Venus in Pisces person is like, I can give so much love. Why wouldn't that person want all my love and affection? Because that's the great thing about Venus in Pisces, though, is that they really do give themselves over to a partner, and they are very extremely loving and giving and romantic and creative people. But it's ruled by Neptune, so they can just get caught up in that, and
they can fall for the wrong
person. I think they're one of the most notorious signs for falling for the wrong people, especially because as a Venus in Pisces, you kind of go for the mess, like the hot mess in summary, basically, like the kind of maybe more rock and roll look, or that's kind of like the look that you go for, and then the personality is normally kind of scatterbrained because it's a creative. You're looking for the creative, and you're looking for somebody artistic. You're looking for the person with tattoos playing the acoustic guitar, singing you lullabies.
So the things that turn you off versus the things that turn you on, not in like a Mars kind of way, in a Venus kind of way.
Yeah.
So what you're really turned off by is anyone who's too harsh, too aggressive, too in your face. You really prefer, whether it's like more of a stoner type of person who's like more laid back and more gentle, or whether it's like a whimsical kind of like hippie person, you know, you're just looking for someone gentle and loving and
emotional.
You can really like pinpoint, like even if this person is not, it has like a harsh side to them, you can pinpoint the emotional loving bit and like hold on to that.
Yeah, kind of idealize.
Yes, that's the word.
Yeah.
Idealize.
Venus and Pisces, they definitely have this idea that whoever they love is the one forever. They're looking for their soulmate. They're looking for that psychic, spiritual connection in another person. They don't want somebody that they're only connected to on just a physical level or just an emotional level. I think they really need the physical, the emotional, and the spiritual.
Oh, yes.
And that's very important to them. And they have a very intuitive connection with people. And so they can, that's why they can kind of fall head over heels quickly, because they go, I feel the connection that we could possibly have in the future. I feel this, I feel this, I feel this. And they just get run over completely by their emotions and their dreamy illusion of love. And that's just why they can just kind of go, ooh, you know. But
then they can, if that doesn't work out, they will be heartbroken.
Oh, completely
naturally. But as soon as someone else comes along who has that kind of inkling of what they're looking for, it's like, oh, you're the new mother of my children.
Yeah, no, exactly. Because it's a mutable sign. Even though Pisces is so attached, it still has that mutability. And so it's kind of weird because as devoted as they are to that person that they love, it's just the person that they love at the time.
Yeah, like how many songs has Ed Sheeran written that's like, I want to marry you, and how many relationships has he been in over the years?
I know nothing about Sheeran.
Whatever. He's like always like, I'm gonna marry you, and he's not a bluegrass singer, but
this is not a cover channel.
I want to marry you, and then the next song is like, fuck you, you fuck my best friend.
We're gonna get copyrighted. That's beautiful renditions. People with Venus and Pisces are very artistic people, just naturally. Very creative, definitely have a connection to music, very spiritual kind of people. And they want a relationship where they don't want the typical structured relationship in that sense. I think it's kind of odd that it sextiles Capricorn, because Capricorn so much wants that structure, but that's besides the point.
As far as creativity goes, Pisces is all about tapping into inspiration, about tapping into like divine downloads. So that's where really all the creativity comes from, is that it's a super creative sign that's connected to really other planes of inspiration, and it's in the planet of creativity. So
yeah, so it's just so expressive, and it it just gives a lot of natural gifts in that kind of sense to the person. And also because Pisces has that psychicness, that also has to do with that intuitive feeling of like, oh, I'm gonna love you in the future, so I'm just gonna love you now, kind of. I think that's kind of the vibe it is.
Yeah, and then that kind of sextiles Capricorn. It's like, if I'm gonna love you in the future, I'm just gonna love you now.
Yeah,
Capricorn's like future oriented.
Yeah.
Let's get down to business. Sign the papers.
Venus in Pisces is somebody that wants that us relationship. They kind of like the idea of being a couple, being seen as a pair, and being like almost morphing into each other.
Oh my god, do you know who's a Venus in Pisces that I just made up right now because they're fictional? Is Lorna Morello on Orange is the New Black.
Yes!
A Venus in Pisces!
Yes. If you guys have seen Orange is the New Black, her just like idealizing her stalker. Well, the one that she was stalking.
Yeah.
Oh,
come around.
Yeah.
He's marrying someone else, but he loves me.
Yeah, no, it's so accurate. That's exactly Venus and Pisces. But you just feel for her. You go, oh, she doesn't know. She's so vulnerable. She's so pure. She just really loves him. But at the same time, you're like, she's also acting really inappropriate and crazy.
Yeah.
But there's a part of you that always feels for the Venus and Pisces, because you know that they just want love, and they're coming at it from such a pure place and stuff. But sometimes the tactics, Venus and Pisces can be a little bit of a liar. You know, not necessarily like a flat out liar, but just a exaggerating the truth kind of person.
Like they believe
their own lies, skimming over the details. They can even kind of uptalk themselves a little bit. And just
uptalk their relationship.
Yes, uptalk their relationships, definitely. Like they probably are the kind of people that, no, even if the relationship's like falling apart, to the outside they kind of want to seem as though like, but we're still us, we're still one, we're still, everything's fine. And the next week they're like, why did you guys break up? And they're like, I'm onto this one now. I don't know. So as you can see, like there's a lot of good that comes with Venus and Pisces, because it is, I think, one of the most just loving signs, and so giving, like I said. But Neptune kind of fuck shit up.
It can be a bit much for people.
Yes.
The reason why a Venus in Pisces
squares my Venus
might rub you the wrong way is that the way that a Venus in Pisces can win you over is by the ultimate flattery.
Oh,
because they are not shy with like expressing how they feel about you and doing it in the most beautiful spiritual way. But it can be a bit much for people. That can rub people the wrong way. People can feel like maybe it's insincere, even though it's not. In some people's vision of the world, it's like, it's not practical to feel that way. I'm not going to get into a relationship with someone who's, you know.
Or it can just feel smothering to somebody. If you're like a Venus and Sagittarius like me, like they square. Like if I don't want to be in us, like I want my freedom, you know what I mean? And Pisces doesn't want that.
Yeah.
It just depends. Like that's why it trines with all the water, because those water Venuses, man, do they want to be one? Do they want a relationship?
What's that expression? Cuffing?
Oh, yeah. So, and especially in like today's society with hookup culture, it's really hard on Venus and Pisces. And I think, I don't know, my heart goes out to you guys. Honestly, like, that shit's hard. Like, you're gonna get attached, send those long ass text messages, give your whole heart.
I don't think it's as hard for them, though, because they bounce back.
They do, but like, they still get heartbroken.
But they know, that at the end of the day, source energy / the universe / God or whoever has the one for you.
That's true. Yeah, they're just like, you know what? Just another dad. I'm on my way to still find my soulmate.
And you're and the world for experiencing the love that you felt.
And the world just showed. Thank you, world, for showing me that they're not my soulmate. No, Venus and Pisces definitely believes in soulmates. Definitely.
Yeah, we might be looking at them and being like, whoa. That's kind of something crazy to go through.
Yeah.
But just like, no, it's
worth it. It's what I want. Like Cassie's skins with Sid. I want to quickly touch on like the skip portion of what we did with Venus and Pisces. That long ass text message. They love poems. They love those poems. Like they will show up at your window with a rock. Like they love that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's how they will show their affection too. It's just like, oh, and they're so good with
They don't hold back at
all.
It's crazy.
No.
They don't hold back at all. And like me, Venus and Aquarius, it's like you are just laying it out all on the table.
No, we're like the weirdest people to do this video because like Aquarius Venus and Sagittarius Venus, we're like, what are Pisces Venus? Like that's a whole other species.
Not gonna lie, I'm flattered, but like, whoa, that's a lot.
Yeah, everything has its pros and its cons. But okay, we hope that you enjoyed your Venus and Pisces video.
Thank you so much for watching.
Yes, and Venus and Aquarius is coming to you soon.
Stay tuned.
This one. Ready? Okay. Bye.
Bye.